Hello guys and welcome to our second guide on Enshrouded on this channel. I hope you're enjoying the content. I've got a couple more that I'm looking forward to releasing for you, but today we're going to be talking about how to get high level loot as well as gems in Enshrouded, and more specifically loot farming so that you can get the most loot for your time spent in game. So at the moment I have 5 gems here. But you can see we've got a few of the 23 that are available. I am going to talk about how you can find these, but more importantly, I wanted to show you how to get the high level loot really quickly. You're just jumping back in game and you find that none of your weapons now have the gem slots that you need. So for this, it's going to be really simple. You do not need to fight any enemies. You're just going to place a base over at the hollow halls in the Albanese summits. And then from here, we're going to just run through to this point. And from here, make sure that your character has... Oh, I'm being attacked. Make sure that your character has double jump, and it can be useful to have the ability to fly back out using updrift. You don't actually need to do that if you're wanting to just quickly loot farm. You can jump out of the game, so return to main menu and jump back in and just rinse and repeat this. All you need to do is make sure that you have enough stamina to get you there, and then you can jump out of the game once you've got the items. This particular spot is the only place I have been able to consistently get level 35 items, which mean that they're either going to be, once fully upgraded, level 39 or level 40, which is the highest item level that we can get in game at the moment, even if you're fighting the dragon boss. So what we're going to do is run through again. Sometimes there's health potions there which can be useful to grab. You don't need them. Just glide. And then jump out again. Now this is all well and good if you want to collect your weapons. The problem with this is that you only collect one item at a time. So you're going to have to do this a lot. And the other thing is that the weapons that you find tend to be highly swift towards melee weapons. The next thing that you can do, moving away from weapon collecting, is to collect and farm gems. Now, some gems, like this one, often get dropped by a particular enemy, which we will cover in a moment. But some of the gems, such as this one and this one, I both found here in the hollow halls from skeletons. So we now know that it's not just fell enemies that drop the gems, and you can find them throughout your world. I've also had reports from some people in the comments, thank you very much everyone who's joined in the comments, mentioning that they found them with the pack wolves from the scavengers on patrol, also from this particular hall as well, and also the VUCA, they've also found some gems there. So now that you know, it can be really useful to farm enemies. And we have a lot here. The only ones that I think drop the gems are the scythes. Unfortunately, there's quite a few of them. So we have two options. We can jump in, try and kill just the two scythes, which might be the right option if you're a melee character, or if you're like me as a ranger, what you can do, if you make sure that you have some giant bone arrows, once you pull, you aggro all of them here, we can use these giant bone arrows to shoot through the gate and through multiple enemies to reduce the amount of arrow usage and wastage. So I'm just going to speed this up really quickly, and if we're lucky, we will have a gem. Unfortunately, it's not guaranteed. These are random drops. Okay, let's quickly check these. And on our very first drop, we have the Gem of Meteoric Impact. So that is a level 35 gem. Do we have any others? By the looks of it, not. Anyway, we will quickly check this out, and then we're going to go on to 2 other ways in which you can farm items as well in the game, or farm gems at least. Now, the next enemy that we're going to go up against is going to be the Fell Stalker. Now, I have found the Gem of Cold Composure 4 times now from this particular enemy. So we're just going to jump straight down here. We're going to hug the right side of this cliff. And this is where we're heading, the Gem Forge. However, there is also a sickle scythe nearby. So we're going to try to only trigger one of them at a time. Here we are. He's going to head to us. And we're going to just want to dodge this. Ideally have our bow out. There we go, not too bad. And 4 out of 5 times I have found a gem. There you go. So 4 out of 5 times I found a gem from that particular enemy, and that is just south of here. Also, for some reason, not quite sure why, but you can still attack this. I wonder if there's anything harvestable from it. Maybe it's a bug. So next we'll try and kill the sickle scythe just to check whether we have any luck in grabbing that was easy. Too easy. Yeah, once again, we do not have a gem. So I don't know if they... That's a really nice wand, though. I don't know if the sickle scythe will drop gems. I have been fighting the bosses, and I haven't found a gem from any of them. So please do let me know if you have found any gems from the bosses. I have found them from banshees, but the other thing that gems can drop from are from high level fell enemies, so the armored ones. So we're going to head over to a lair now really quickly, and we're just about there. So in this spot, here we go, we have a little cavern beneath the lair. And I've noticed that in here is a spawn spot for a high level enemy. Unfortunately, you do have to clear the enemies first. So we've got a couple here. And in here, the important thing that we're looking for is this spawn point. Whatever you do, you don't want to destroy it. If you have a look, it spawns that armored guy repeatedly. So providing you don't destroy the door, we can keep fighting this guy until he drops a gem. There's none this time, but do not worry, we can just run up here and wait for them to spawn again, like so. And as you can see, we've found a gem. So you can do that in any of the areas where you find a spawn point that spawns a high level enemy. But guys, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, hit the thumbs up. And if you're enjoying the content and you want to see more Enshrouded, Valheim, or Light No Fire gameplay when that releases, do make sure to subscribe to this channel, as we're going to be dedicating this to all the cool survival games coming out. Until next time, ciao for now.